No idea.
Well, we're recording and we're live. Got 2 minutes till I die. Welcome to a very special edition of Bustown USA presents Roomful of Swag. You guys will see a live death in approximately 1 minute and 30 seconds.
A live death.
Yeah, I'll still be living, but I'll be dead inside.
Hasn't that already been the case?
No, I've been dead inside, but not living.
What?
You know how it go.
I do not. Giannis gets posterized.
Yeah, you know who else gets posterized?
Kim Kardashian's ass.
Just about anybody who makes a poster.
Nice.
We got the Room Full of Swag Mike, the Room Full of Swag Dyke.
Oh man. I'm pissed we're not going to that Young Blood concert.
Oh yeah, I
Low-key.
know. So we got a big recap. Went to a Oliver Tree concert in Denver. Let me tell you,
It was not easy.
what a trip.
Yeah.
Oh God,
Oh man.
what a trip. So we go to Denver. Traffic was terrible on I-25. So we get there in about an hour and a half, hour 45 after leaving. And get to the Mission Ballroom in Denver. Go up there. I just got my COVID test. I don't have a vaccine, so I got a COVID test on Monday. You know, they even lifted the ban where you don't need a vaccine or a COVID test in any spot. So we go up to the line, and they're like, have your vaccine cards ready with your ID. Have your vaccine. So I get up there, and I'm like, I got my COVID test on Monday. Here's me showing that I'm negative. And they're like, oh, well, you need to fill out this form. And I'm like, well, where do I find the form? They're like, oh, you just go to our website, Mission Ballroom website, and print it out and fill it out and then bring it back. And I'm like, well, can I just fill it out on my phone? No, you have to print it. I'm like, all right. And they're like, yeah, you might be able to ask the box office. They might have a printer you could use. And I'm like, oh, okay. So we go and talk to the box office, and they're like, no, you actually have to go to a place and print it. Told us a place that might be open nearby. So we look it up, go to FedEx. Now, we're downtown Denver. Fucking hard to park, hard to drive, construction on the road. People drive like idiots. So we get there, park, pay for parking, go into the strip mall that has this FedEx printing shop, and they're closed. So we asked the security guard if he has a printer. He said, nah. I'm like, oh, okay. Start walking out. He's like, oh, but you can ask the hotel people across the way. I'm like, okay. So we go over to the hotel. Luckily enough, they let us print it. Almost missed the Oliver Tree concert. Now, this paper that I had to print out.
Literally pointless.
It was a medical reason for you to not have the COVID vaccine. So what did I do? Went online and looked up medical reasons not to get the vaccine. What did that do?
Especially because they like glanced at it and he's like, yeah, you're good.
You know, I'm recording it in this.
Uh,
I don't even know if it's going to save properly.
why wouldn't it?
Because, like, why is it double screened?
I have no idea.
Well, we're about to find out, folks. All right, to complete the story. So, I look it up, and it says, there are no reasons medically that you shouldn't be able to get the vaccine. But allergies could be a reason. But they have stuff that would counteract your allergies to make it okay for you to get the vaccine. So, all I put was severe allergies. Filled out my name, the event, said severe allergies. Signed it, dated it, drove back to the venue. Go up there. They were real adamant about, oh, we need you to print this out because we need this. Get in line again, go to show it. Guy looks at it and hands it straight back to me.
But I don't even think he read severe allergies. I think he just read that you put something there. He's like, all right, you're good.
Did not keep it.
Yeah, it's literally just like a liability or something. That we
I
had to
literally
do.
could have just filled it out on my phone, and they could have just accepted it.
Yeah.
Because this man's did not even keep it.
Like you said, I feel like if we would have got that guy in the start, he would have just seen your negative test and be like, yeah, you're good. But no, we had to get that like new girl who was like her first night working. But we got there about 40 minutes after the doors opened. Still didn't see the concert start for an hour almost. So we were not even late like we thought we were.
And we were only like 10 to 15 rows back.
Yeah, and then we ended the night like 4 rows back. So
Pretty lit, pretty lit. The worst crowd.
yeah, one of the worst crowds I've ever
Oliver
been
Tree,
to.
if you're listening to this, make it 21 and up. Or at least 18 and up. I don't want a 16-year-old kid standing next to me yelling cock after we say Swaco sucks.
Swaco sucks. Cock. Swaco
And it wasn't even like that. It was like, Swaco sucks. Cock!
Yeah. And then Oliver Tree was like, I love you, Colorado. Cock! What the
And then what? He said something. He said the F word. He was like, fucking something. And I can't, like, oh man.
when
what-
you and that girl were dying?
Yeah, but I
don't
can't
know.
remember what was after it.
Yeah, but what about the wonderful massage he gave you all night?
Man's, this is me right here. Man's had his hand on my back going like this. Real gentle like. And then he would like, just kept touching me
And
for
then,
some reason.
I don't know if that was like his friend or his brother next, like that was behind me. But when we were like moshing or like jumping, I was stepping on his foot like every time because he would not back the fuck up. Like literally, I kept feeling myself jump on his foot, and then he just wouldn't move. I'm like, bruh.
Funniest part of that night is that kid though. Swaco's like, all right, I'm done now. Meet me at the merch stage or merch stand.
Yeah,
He
I'm
goes,
going to the merch stand right now. I'm going right now. I don't think I seen that kid the rest of the night. So.
Till we left, I seen him when we were in our car and he was walking there.
Oh yeah.
That shit was hilarious. But Oliver Tree do put on a good show.
Yeah,
They do
shit
put
was
on a good show.
lit.
Not only did we see Oliver Tree, we saw 347 fifth concert ever on a fucking tour. I'm out here doing concerts for fucking free.
See, I'm telling you, Black Pegasus is not the way.
TikTok is.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're watching this TikTok, blow me the fuck up.
Yeah.
Young Pyramid.
The TikTok app is watching this podcast right now.
You know
Bro.
what it is.
It's simple. You just gotta
Do math.
no. Just gotta meet Addison Rae. Take her to dinner. Smash her boyfriend. And then you'll be TikTok famous.
Okay, but where does Addison Rae fit in all this? Because why can't I just meet her boyfriend and smash him?
Because you need her to know. So then she'll talk shit about you on TikTok. You guys start a feud.
What if I
and
just
then you
record
blow
it
up.
and send it to her?
I mean,
She won't ever open it because she never met me. I get where you're coming from. Now, what if instead of her boyfriend, it's her dad?
why her dad?
You know, he's lived a life. He's got some knowledge behind his dick.
You. But her boyfriend is more TikTok famous, so you'll get more clout.
Who is her boyfriend?
I don't know.
And why would you think that Addison's Rae's family, who is also all over TikTok, isn't just as famous as her
I
boyfriend?
don't watch Addison Rae's TikTok, so I don't know that her family's on there. I
All
just
I'm
know
saying-
that TikTokers just date each other, and so I just figured she had a TikTok boyfriend.
Now, what if they don't date each other?
What are you saying?
Like, do football players date each other?
Mm-hmm.
You think Alvin Kamara is dating Jameis Winston right now?
Maybe. Him and Mark Ingram are pretty close. Tell me Derrick Henry ain't clapping AJ Brown's cheek.
Ryan Tannehill's clapping his own cheeks because nobody even wants to look at him after that terrible, terrible performance in the fucking playoffs. Come on.
Yeah, see, that's People really think they get traded because they suck at playing, but really they like piss up the team off, so nobody wants to clap their cheeks anymore. So then they have to get traded to a different team.
So I was thinking, what if, let's say, a major trade happened where Ryan Tannehill and some pigs went for Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers comes to the Titans. They make it to the AFC Championship. And then lose.
That's the Aaron Rodgers way.
And then the Packers win the Super Bowl. Ryan Tannehill gets his Super Bowl ring. But it's with the Packers. I would be so mad.
I was gonna say, I think you'd be the only, you and Titans fans would be the only pissed off people, and probably Aaron Rodgers, because then that would like write the narrative like, you know, it was your fault the whole time. Yeah. Like all these years, everyone was saying you need to get Aaron Rodgers some help. And really, they just needed a new QB. Like you remember when Matt Flynn came in and threw like 500 yards when Aaron Rodgers like sat out week 16.
Yeah, that is true. You remember when they drafted Jordan Love, and now he's a bum. Can't throw the ball.
Has he even had any playing time?
Yeah, he's played a few games, and he loses every time.
What games, though?
Against the Lions. Got shit on. Against Maui. Bro, he plays Madden every night.
Uh-oh.
Starts himself over Aaron Rodgers. Still loses.
You don't think any backup quarterback would do that? Do you think, like, Trace McSorley puts himself in over Lamar Jackson when they're playing?
He just starts the career and makes his dude as, like, he tries to just level up himself.
He just, like, edits his guy to be, like, a 90.
He just gives himself all of Lamar's attributes.
Just changes Lamar's name to his. Doesn't even change how he looks. Just like, dang, dude, Lamar threw the hell out of that ball. Like, his friend's watching him. And it, like, zooms in. It's like, wait, why does it say McSorley on the back? He's like, because that's me.
And then the theme song starts playing. Trace McSorley. Throw it on a dime.
Bro, him and fucking, what was his name? That Cowboys backup? Fucking
Tony Pollard.
No, the quarterback. Remember, he was huge on TikTok too.
DiNucci.
Oh yeah,
Ben DiNucci.
Oh yeah, Ben DiNucci. Those two guys were famous, like the most famous they'll probably ever be in their lives for like 2 months.
I don't know. Trace McSorley was huge in college.
Not that huge.
Huge, bro. I seen the leaked pics. Then Lamar Jackson came to town.
It's like, sorry, this is big day country boy. That's how they determine starting QBs. Like, all right, pull your pants down. What? We gotta see who's starting tonight. What does that have to do with anything? We gotta see what you're packing, or you ain't starting.
Yeah, one night it's cold and Lamar forgets to put the heating pad in his pants, so he's just shriveled up because it's so cold, and Trace McSorley's just like, I put the heating pad on tonight. And they're like, all right, pull him down. They do it. Lamar's still bigger.
That's my life right there.
Oh, man. Crazy. Any news you want to bust out tonight?
Shout out to Ukraine. They're like beating Russia's ass, honestly. Like, it's like weird.
You know why, right?
Because they're...
No, it's because I made a porno with the president of Ukraine.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it leaked.
What would that have to do with anything?
It leaked, so all the Russians are like watching it.
And then they just get
They're
shot.
Like, damn.
Snipe
That
in
shit fired.
So you might have started the war. Because Putin seen it. He was jealous.
Yeah.
So he sent all the troops.
He's like, you never released our porn video.
It's called Putin in my ass. Took me a little for that one to register,
huh? Now, I'm going to bring up something. It's March 4th.
Actually, war's nothing to joke about, though, so just want to...
Yeah, to be honest, Call of Duty. Played it.
Yeah.
We're ready.
Get ready. War ready.
Is that a real song?
Yeah, it's Vince Staples.
Oh. Yeah, but I've been thinking it's March 4th.
Mm.
The combine just happened. NFL draft's about to happen. Early NFL prediction time.
Nice segue.
Who you got? Top 2 teams of each conference.
Like at the end of next year.
At the end of the next regular season, who's the 1 and 2 seeds in the 2 conferences?
Oh. The 1 and 2 seed in the AFC. I'm going to go. I'm going to go Ravens, Chiefs. And then the NFC. I'm going to go. See, I would pick the Cardinals, but this shit with Kyler Murray, I feel like, is going to hinder them. I might say Rams. Lions. Can you imagine?
No, what if it actually happens though? A number 2 seed next year, and we just clip that?
Got to. Rams and I don't know. The NFC doesn't have a lot of clear-cut teams.
Nope, and you can't say the Cardinals, 49ers, or Seahawks because they would be like the 5th through 7th seed now.
Man.
So you got Cowboys,
Rams.
Eagles, Reds, or Commanders.
Yeah.
You got Bucks, Saints, Falcons, Panthers, or you have Packers, Lions, Vikings, Bears. Oh my.
See, if I knew Aaron Rodgers was coming back, I'd probably say Packers. But he even said today he doesn't know what his future holds. So
No, he might retire.
Yeah. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Packers, Saints. I mean, not Packers, Rams and Saints.
Well, that's stupid. I get you're a Saints fan.
Our defense is crazy.
Yeah, crazy awful.
If we had Jameis all year, we probably would have been top 3 seed.
You probably would have been like the 9th seed.
No.
And that's not a seed.
We were literally 6-1 until when he got injured, and then we lost like 4 of our last. Or we only won like 4 of our last 10 or whatever the fuck it is.
So if Jameis doesn't get injured, do you guys win the Super Bowl?
I think we make the championship game.
Against the Rams? Or do you think you beat the Rams before?
I think.
Because they were a 4 seed, so if you're the 3 seed.
Yeah.
Over the. Well, no.
I think we would have played the Packers in the championship.
Do you.
Because if we make it, the 49ers don't.
Yeah, but if you're the 3 seed, does that mean the Bucks are now the wild card?
Yeah, because we beat them twice already, even without Jameis.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Or do you say Titans and Broncos?
The Broncos aren't.
What if the Broncos get Aaron
Rodgers?
Rodgers? Are they winning the Super Bowl?
No.
Why not?
Everybody talks about how good their team is, and not realizing that their team is not good. What?
Why did he schedule me Monday again?
Oh, hell yeah, bro.
He gave me the same shifts as last week.
So I'm gonna really. That sucks. You might want to tell him. But I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna say.
Didn't say.
Back to 5 next week. But I'm going to say Titans, Bengals. 1 and 2. Titans 1, Bengals 2. Chiefs 3, Bills 4. Or, nope, going to change it. Titans 1, Bills 2. Bengals 3, Chiefs 4. Then on the NFC, we're going to go Rams won. Vikings 2.
Vikings, huh? What pushes them over the edge this time? Because they can barely make the playoffs now.
Justin Jefferson's gonna have one of the greatest seasons of all time. Didn't they just get a new coach too? Yeah, they did.
Who, the
Yeah,
Vikings?
they did. Yeah. That's what pushes them over the edge.
The new coach, huh? Not Kirk Cousins.
Fuck no.
Leaving.
Kirk Cousins leaving? And Aaron Rodgers are going to the Vikings?
That'd be wild.
All right, number 3. I'm trying to think.
I like how you said top 2. Now you're naming like the whole seedings.
Yeah, actually, so next podcast, our homework is we got to do 7, our top 7. We're going to do a very early prediction of the playoffs. So we're going to do all 7 teams, and we're going to do the advances, and we're going to do our Super Bowl. We're also going to do March Madness once the bracket drops. We're going to talk about each of our picks. We're going to let the people know why we made these picks. And I don't know if the fans know or not. We don't watch college basketball.
Nope. Just get some notifications from Bleacher Report.
I
Did
saw
you see Louisville lost?
to who?
Miami
Of Ohio or University?
University. They were number 4 and Miami was not ranked.
Yeah, a lot of high-ranked teams have been losing. All I know is Ohio State going to be like a 6th seed or something like that.
I don't even know if Florida's going to be in.
They had a decent team this year. Not
Yeah,
terrible.
we'll probably be in, but I don't think we'll be a high seed. All right, but the like Joker question for next week: whose NFL player's ass are you eating first?
For next week or this week?
And if you got it now, you could answer now.
Matt Stafford's wife.
It's not funny, bro. She had cancer. I don't know if it was cancer. No, she had a brain tumor. That's what it was.
Actually?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just knew she was on TV all the time because...
It was a couple years ago, and she's fine now. But
all right.
All right, if you could make a TikTok with anyone, are you choosing Addison Ray or what's his name? Pat Mahomes' brother.
Jackson Mahomes.
Yeah.
Do I have to pick between those two?
Yeah.
You just said if you could make a TikTok with anyone,
All right.
and then gave me
either of these two.
Gun to my head.
Yeah.
Addison Ray.
Who do you think gets you more clout, though?
Addison Ray.
But what if, like, the TikTok you make with her is her just, like, stomping on your balls? But then the TikTok with, what's his name?
Jackson Mahomes.
Yeah, with Jackson Mahomes.
We're just making out.
Yeah, on the middle of Chief Field.
Why would I want to go to the Chiefs field?
Because that's where he lives. He never leaves.
I think it would be better if we were, like, in the middle of a cornfield and I'm dressed as a scarecrow. And he takes me, he, like, walks up to the post and he's like, I wish this was real. And then I just pull out a big bazooka and then put it down. And then I put my arms back out like this. And he's like, did that thing just move? And then I do it again, but this time it's just some bubble gum. And I put it in my mouth. And I spit it at him. And instead of it hitting him, he just goes, and it just lands right in his mouth.
And you put a lot of thought into this, so I'm surprised you didn't just
no,
pick him from the start.
This is all within just these seconds.
All right.
And then he reaches up and he pulls me down. And he rubs my head like the little kid rubbed my back at the concert. And then he leans in for a kiss. And then Patrick Mahomes pulls up. And then I do a shimmy to avoid the kiss. Roundhouse kick Patrick Mahomes to the chin. And the whole time it was just a State Farm commercial.
Where's Aaron Rodgers?
He's still evading COVID, so
evading COVID
Yeah.
with his Joe Rogan techniques.
Yeah, he's shoving hay up his ass or some shit like that.
Nice.
We are in a cornfield, so
Yeah, that's fair.
he is a cheese packer, you know what I'm saying?
If you're listening, Wyatt, I know you're crying right now.
How many aliens do you think listen to our podcast? Because those are like invisible views, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't track those. Well, we can't.
Probably 7.2 trillion.
Yeah, probably.
How many aliens on Earth do you think are viewing us, though? Because those ones do show up in the views.
Yeah, I think the only one is John Cena.
John Cena's an alien.
Well, that's why nobody can see him,
Oh.
except for us.
Because we've gone to his home planet, made out with his mom.
And his dad.
Yeah, there's not even... It's hard to even call him mom and dad, because when you go to Ceanopolis, there's no genders there.
True.
Everyone's just known as Cenites.
Unites.
Yeah.
And he's the doctor of thugonomics there.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he came down here and he thought he was still a doctor.
Yeah. Well, he came down here because his brother is the president of thugonomics there.
Yeah.
He was tired of living in his brother's shadow. So he came down here to make a better life for himself. But back on his home planet, people don't respect wrestling.
Yeah, true. And what a lot of people don't know about him, he's actually like the smallest Cenite in
Yeah.
Ceanopolis.
Yeah, when you go when you go there, they're all like 6'4", like 350 pounds of just ripped muscle, bro.
Yeah, and he's just 6'1", 250. So
Yeah, so he was made fun of a lot, bullied in school.
yeah, it was a hard life for him.
Mm-hmm.
And he came down here when he was like 18 years old. He hasn't grown, hasn't gotten smaller.
Yeah, been the same size the whole time.
He got hair like hair surgery so his hair could grow, and now he has hair. But besides that,
Yeah,
he's no longer doing the military cut.
yeah. And everyone thinks like he wears bright colors because it's for the kids, but really he wears bright colors because it reminds him of his home planet.
Yeah, that is true. That is
Mhm.
true. It's crazy that they come out the womb the size they're going to be for the rest of their life.
Yeah, he's been 6'1", 250 since birth.
Yeah.
But like, his mom didn't even know he came out because compared to them, he's so small.
Yeah.
So she was just like, "Is he out yet?"
She just thought she took a dump.
Yeah. Just in the toilet. They were like, "What the hell is that?" I think that's our son. And they beat his ass on sight.
Yeah, disowned him immediately.
Yeah. So then he was raised by his uncle and aunt.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that encouraged him to come to Earth because they're like, "Look at this ugly, stupid planet. You could be a god there." And he was like, "You right." Came down here, met Randy Orton, beat his ass. And the rest is history.
Made out with Lita in front of Edge.
Yeah. I mean,
Not on camera, but
he made out with AJ Lee in front of CM Punk.
that is true. AJ Lee was fine as fuck.
Where'd she go?
I've never seen her since.
She was
I
on.
about 13.
She was on Freddie Prinze Jr.'s wrestling podcast.
I know exactly who that is.
You don't know who Freddie Prinze Jr. is?
No, I just said I know exactly who that is.
Do you though?
Exactly who that is.
I feel like you should.
Why would that be something I know?
Who Freddie Prinze Jr. is? Because he was an actor.
In what?
Scooby Doo.
Is he the white guy
Fred. Yes.
with blonde hair?
Yes. And he's in a lot of movies.
His real name
It's
is Freddie,
Freddie Prinze.
and he
I
played
mean, I'm
Fred.
sure his real name is Frederick or something,
And he
but
played Fred.
yeah. But he was like the perfect role. Like, you tell me he didn't fit that role perfectly. That whole cast
And this
was
guy
like
has a
perfect.
wrestling podcast now.
Yeah, because
Never wrestled a day in his life.
so he retired from wrestling or from acting kind of for a while, and he was always been a wrestling fan, and Macaulay Culkin was like friends with Stephanie McMahon, and him and Freddie are best friends. So he was like, you got some good pitches. You should go talk to Stephanie about a job. So he became a writer for WWE for like 2 years. So yeah,
Now would he let me write him
yeah, probably.
into the script of WWE?
Probably.
Like, Freddie Prinze Jr. gets RKO'd by, what's the Riddler's name?
The Riddler?
Yeah.
Matt Riddle?
Yeah. RKO'd by Matt Riddle. And that's how Matt Riddle turns on Randy Orton. Because Randy Orton's going for the RKO. And Matt Riddle hits it first.
They'd be hitting it at the same time. I think that's like their tag team finisher. Just double RKOs. Randy Orton's hurt now. He got hurt on Raw.
You know how?
He might not go to WrestleMania.
Because he got laryngitis.
Laryngitis. What's that?
It's where your larynx is gitis.
I thought that was laryngina.
No, that's where your gina is larynx.
Sounds horrible. I wouldn't want anything to be Laren. Like Laren penis. It's where your penis is Laren. Oh man.
You know who gets a bad rap?
Hitler.
Karens.
For good reason.
They're just showing that they care.
About themselves.
No, about the quality of customer service.
Oh.
You just go up to, like, you're working at a customer service place, and you're like, hey man, how are you doing today? Where the fuck's the manager?
And you like that?
Bro, turns me on. And then I'm like, yeah, let me go grab him. And then I do a loop, go back, take my glasses off on the loop, and I'm like, hey man, how you doing?
Is that how it happened when you were at Domino's?
Yeah.
You're just like, oh yeah, let me go get him. And then you just come out with
a mustache.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I'm the manager. Aren't you the same dude? The fuck you call me? You think I'm as ugly as that dude?
Why do you have a fake mustache over your mustache?
No, see, that's... You're like, oh yeah, right quick. Then when you're in the loop, you shave your mustache off and just have like an Amish beard. Like, yeah, how can I help you? Like, did you shave your mustache? Look, I don't know what you're talking about, ma'am. You were that same dude. What dude?
And the next pizza comes out with just a mustache on.
Ew. Guy calls you, he's like, oh yeah, my pizza is like hairy. Like,
what do you mean? It's got a mustache. It's just got like a pepperoni here and a pepperoni here, and then like a pineapple nose, and then just the mustache, and then like black olive mouth.
Oh yeah, you got our specialty pizza tonight. I don't want to eat hair.
Well, if you take some wax paper, it'll come right off.
Yeah, just put some Nair on there and wipe it off. I don't want to put Nair on my pizza. Guys didn't know, we both have 858 jobs.
And I got 2 phones. I got this phone and the one that plugs into the wall.
You plug them into the wall.
You have to like spin it.
Oh, like a 9, 1. Oh, he's dead already.
What's that from?
I would just anticipate like that's how it must have sucked to call 911 back then, because you're like, and they're just like choking, and you're just like, like the time that you could have saved if you could just go, rather than like then you gotta wait for it to turn back.
Imagine,
that's life or death right there, bro.
Imagine when there was no phones. You had to get on your horse and ride on over to the doctor house.
The doctor house.
Yeah, and you're like, yo, doctor, he's dying. He's like, what's wrong with him? He got laryngitis. The doctor's like, what the fuck is laryngitis? It's gitis of Laren. It's gitis as Laren. Who are you talking about? Kitty!
Where is he? Oh, he's about 8 miles back west. 8 miles? All we have is horses. That'll take us 2 days.
8 miles wouldn't take 2 days to walk.
It'd take a while. It was going to take us I guess it was only an hour to go 2.5 or whatever it was. So I guess 8 miles would only take you like 3 hours.
You like shave, clean shaven, and then something happens to your wife or mom or something, and you have to jump on your horse and ride a day and a half. So by the time you get back, your beard's just full again. I had to miss my interview for this.
What?
I had to miss my interview for this.
What was that from?
That's what happens. You go to get the doctor and you miss everything.
Do you think people got interviewed back then?
Yeah, they were probably like, "Can you shoot?" You're like, "I got the quickest hand in North Dakota." Well, sir, we're in Montana. Things are a little different down here.
So like if like you went to go interview for like to become like a waitress at a restaurant back then, like do you have a resume? Or they're just like, oh, you got nice boobs.
No.
You could be the waitress.
What are we talking? Because like if we're
Like
talking
the
like the
1800s.
old Western
1890.
days, we're talking
Yeah.
about like the old Western days.
Yeah.
Women didn't work back then.
Yeah, they did. They're like dancers and waitresses.
That was like the diner days, like this 1930s.
No, like in saloons.
Do you think those ladies were like the unmarried ones?
Maybe. I mean, they weren't watching dudes dance.
True. When did strippers come around?
Probably in the Old West.
How did they go about, like, they just made somebody's wife did? Because, like, you know, you had the outlaws, so they just, like, go kill the husband, and then they're like, now you're my stripper.
Maybe.
Now, in diners, don't you miss those days? Like, when girls were wearing, like, the long skirts, long sleeve shirts, covered their whole chest, didn't show as much skin,
Yeah, skin is gross.
for real.
Like if you're gonna be naked, it ain't gonna be around me. Right?
No, honestly, I'm glad I stitched my clothes to my body. I'm literally never naked. I have clothes under my clothes at all times.
Oh yeah. You like unstitch it to switch clothes.
No, like, it's like permanent. So, like, I put these clothes on over my stitched clothes.
Wouldn't it have been easier to just like chop your dick and ass off?
Okay, you could chop your dick off. How are you supposed to chop your ass off?
You know, like the cheeks off. All he needs the hole.
You go to the doctor and you're like, "Hey man, instead of a Brazilian butt lift, can you give me the American butt suction?" What the fuck is that? It's where you just suck all of my butt out. Give me no ass.
Like take my whole cheeks off. I just need the hole. What are you gonna sit on? I don't sit.
The BBS, the Brazilian butt suck.
Sure, you don't want that BBC.
Brazilian butt cup.
Yeah.
What's a
Brazilian butt chode. Why are we saying butt?
Because that's what BBL is, Brazilian butt lift.
Oh yeah.
Not BAL.
Hey.
Brazilian ass lift? What are you thinking?
I don't know.
Cheeks? BCL? Brazilian cheek?
I was
Cheek
thinking
lift?
big black
Condom?
big black cookie. It's just a big Oreo.
Without the cream?
Double cream. You ever have an Oreo with your Oreo? I'm eating Oreos with my Oreo.
I'm eating Doritos with my Dorito. Can I get Cool Ranch?
Hell yeah.
Something smells, it's one of them. It's a really, really bad stench.
I'm eating a burrito with my burrito, but she is not Mexican. She's white as fuck, so there's no seasoning. Where do you think that kid and his Burger Queen are now?
Probably chilling at
Burger King?
maybe.
Just in that same spot, they haven't even moved.
You think they got an endorsement deal by the king himself?
I doubt it.
The king flew in a helicopter, dropped down like some CIA type shit, snatched him up in his sleep, beat his ass, and said, "Never fucking speak about Burger King again." And
Isn't
then
that what that game Sneak King is all about?
What?
Remember the old games they gave for 360?
You just beat the fuck out of people as
Yeah.
the king.
Like, there's Sneak King, so he like snuck around houses and shit.
The only one I ever played was the little
Rocket, the
yeah,
motorcycle one.
That shit was fire.
Pocket.
Pocket.
or
Yeah,
whatever.
that shit was gas. That was the funnest game.
I played
Xbox
that
ever
one
had.
and the Sneak King, and then there was a third one, but I can't remember what the fuck. it
Yeah,
was.
I don't even remember how you got like you like ordered like some special
Like
meal.
the Mighty
one-
Kids meal or
Yeah.
whatever the fuck. Yeah. That's wild. Can't even imagine like getting a free game in your fucking Burger King now.
Can't even imagine going into McDonald's and being able to play GameCube anymore. Man,
I know, right? God dang.
what?
Oh, 300 plus packages. I don't know why I was reading that as 300 stops. I'd probably just quit if that happened to me.
Am I one of them?
Yeah.
You know what that means? I'm a motherfucking star.
Bro, my like camera thing was broken today. Like 2 times in a row. I completely stopped at the stop sign, no rollback or I would like let it roll back and then go and it'd be like stop not undetected. I'm like piece of shit.
Not undetected.
I didn't mean the not part, but it'd be like no stop detected. I'm like I was stopped like one time I even stopped, texted back, then drove and said no stop detected. I was stopped for like a whole 40 seconds.
Yeah, my camera just be talking to me sometimes, and it's like CIA is now watching you.
I'm like installing Gluck Master 5000.
Could you imagine you're just driving that van and then you just feel something come between your shorts and you're just like,
oh, and then you like nut, but then you look down and it's just like Jeff Bezos' face. What do you like do?
and then the
How do you live your
sample,
life after
you see the sample just fly up into the sky.
the sample?
Yeah, because after you nut, they take it, and that's how they're building their robots with real life people's semen.
What if it's a girl?
Can they get the Glock 5000?
They get the
Or
Slurp
is
Slurp
it-
5000.
Or is it the Coochie Tickler 24,000?
Why 24,000?
Oh, because, it takes them longer to come, so I've heard.
Yeah.
And also, it has to, spend the first 64 days of you being in that. So, if a girl gets in van, let's say 3, she has to be in that van, 748 times before she even gets the Coochie Tickler to even touch her. Because it's spending its time trying to find the clitoris. And since women just made this clitoris up, it doesn't do anything to them.
Right.
So they get no stimulus because they can't find the clitoris.
Nice.
But what if you're sitting there and it's look 5,000 dispersing, and then it just, instead of grabbing your dick, it just goes straight to your gooch, and your gooch just gets vacuumed in.
Your gooch. What's
So,
a gooch?
does the Gluck Gluck 5000 happen every time you get back into the van after a stop? Since dude's nut in 3.4 seconds? Or is it just the first drive up?
It just depends on how much of your DNA they need. It's kind of like a surprise. You never know when it's gonna happen.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Like one time, I didn't even know it was attached, and I tried to get out of the van, ripped my dick off.
Oh, I don't know if you know this, but I uninstalled it from the van, and it's just attached to my toes. Still going. Tomorrow I'll attach it to my next van so they can get the samples. But yeah. Sometimes at night, like in the morning, I'll wake up and it'll just be like on my, like it'll just be like seeping out and like leaking on my thighs because I overfill too much. That's normally the weekends when it's like I get off at Saturday and don't go back till Wednesday. So Jeff Bezos just gets like a load.
Is that why it's called loadout? What'd you do if, like, you opened one of those bags and it was just full of load?
Is it in boxers or?
No, but just straight full.
Well, I guess I'm taking a bath today, boys.
No.
It's good for your skin.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, that's what I've been told. That's what the video is. It's just Jeff Bezos talking about how good load is for your skin.
Like, here at Amazon, we want you to be as beautiful as you can be. So in every truck, we have buckets of load.
Whenever you fill down, just stick your face in the load bucket.
Yeah, stick your stick your face in the Amazon special load. We have tireless workers working day and night to fill up these buckets with load.
Do you think they outsource for the load? Like they go overseas?
Mm-hmm. There's loadouts everywhere. Load stations all over the world.
Oh, even in America?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. We're just the middlemen, delivering loads to other people who need loads.
Hell yeah.
Do you think you've ever delivered one of Bella Delphine's piss bags to one of her customers?
Do you think it is Amazon shipped?
It's probably the cheapest way to ship it.
You don't think to just put it in an envelope and put it in USPS carrier?
Just put it in the fucking mailbox. Can you imagine being the mailman? You're just like, it like breaks open when you're grabbing. Like, what the fuck?
God. Could you imagine delivering a box and like you're like picking it up and it just like rips the tape off and it just falls out and hits you and just you're like, damn, this is a heavy ass box. And you're like,
what if the mailman was like it like splashed on him? He's like, is that Bella Delphine? I know that taste anywhere. If a girl hit you up right now, 500 smackaroos for a pair of your used boxers, are you sending them?
well, define a smackaroo for me.
$500.
Define a buck.
500 US dollars.
Yes. I could just go buy a new pair for $348 at Walmart.
$348. Not even gonna get some fancy ones for him. Just gonna get the standard Fruit of the Looms, huh?
You said used, so I would just send him one of my old ones.
What if she said, "Can you poop in them first?" You doing it then?
Oh, that's $500. Nah, because that's my DNA. You know, you can get a lot of stuff out of poop.
You know, what if like someone just used her pee for like a drug test? Like that's the only reason he
It's
ordered.
like, well, sir, you are clean of all your drugs, but you're pregnant and have herpes.
Do you do the courtesy of telling her? Yeah, so I used your pee for a drug screening, and you're not on drugs, but you have herpes and you're 2 months pregnant. She's like, oh yeah, I know. That's just gonna be my third abortion this month.
We are pro whatever you want to do.
Would you eat an abortion for $100? These are the questions now, man.
No.
1,000.
No.
100K.
No.
A mil.
Yes. Would you eat an abortion for $100?
No.
1,000?
No. 100K I probably would.
100K? What about 99,000?
Yeah.
75,000.
That's just stem cells, bro. It's gonna help me heal.
15,000. What's the lowest you'd go?
Probably $10. I'm just kidding. Probably 10,000.
All right. What if it was your third cousin removed?
Removed from what?
Your family.
So it was
I don't know what that means.
Neither do I.
I just heard it be said before.
Let's see. Okay, Google. What does it mean when a cousin is removed?
According to Ancestry Support, in cousin relationships, the term removed indicates the separation of a generation. Your first cousin is the same generation as you are, so your first cousin once removed would be either your parents' first cousin or your first cousin's child.
I don't get it.
So, like, say we were cousins because we're in the same generation. Logan and Lincoln would be my second cousin.
So a third cousin removed would be your fourth cousin?
I guess.
So what if, like, Logan and Lincoln were your second cousins? And then in 10 years I had another kid. So kind of different generation, you know, or like 15 or 20 years. So different. So after the next generation, I had another kid. Would that be still your second cousin or your third cousin?
I think it'd still be my second cousin because I think Logan and Lincoln would have to have a kid for it to be my third cousin.
That's where it's confusing because you just said generational thing.
I mean, that's what it said.
So just your third cousin then, I guess.
Probably 100K then.
Would you eat The Rock's hemorrhoid for $1,000?
No. Ew. Okay, I don't know. I don't think I'm doing that.
100,000. A mil.
A mil. There's not a lot of things I wouldn't do for a mil. It's like, oh, would you like run butt naked in the mall for $1 million? Yes.
For $50, well, for bail money and like 10K, I would.
Yeah, yeah. I guess that's not a good example because that's a very cheap thing to do. But it's
right.
like, would you like?
What about assassinate Coney? How much would you do it for?
Nothing, because assassinate Coney, I'm dead, man.
Yeah, but listen, 17 billion shillings to assassinate Coney.
What are shillings?
The African currency.
Is it?
It's worth $5.7 million. Would you do it for 5.7 mil? Kill
Are they
Coney.
going to retaliate? Or are they like, oh, our leader's gone, we don't know what to do?
Well, the leader, his group is children.
That's true, so I'm like freeing them also. I'll probably do it then.
Well, it's an actual offer. 5.7 million. The U.S. will give you 5.7 million if you assassinate Coney.
Yeah.
So is that what we're gonna do?
I guess.
All right, how are we doing this?
Making love to him, and then when he falls asleep, stabbing him.
So to do this, though, you have to play the song. I'll make love to you if you want me to.
Okay.
I got a better plan.
Yeah.
We send Logan and Lincoln into the tribe.
He's giving up your kids already. Like, if this doesn't work, you just set your kids to freaking be in the military of Africa. Or the militia.
Coney's militia. No, but listen. So they go in there. For a week, they do the training. And then while he's asleep,
You think they train the kids or just throw them a gun and be like, here you go, use it?
I don't know.
Right?
But what he does, they train here for 6 years.
And then act like they don't have training. 6 years, so by the time they get there, they're teenagers.
Yeah, like 10 to 12 years old. So they do this. And we teach them how to stay up for 6.5 days straight without sleeping. And then, while everyone else is sleeping.
Why do they have to stay up for 6.5 days? Like they can stay up for 24 hours.
Recon. So, they just poison his food little by little. So in 13 months, it enters his bloodstream.
13 months.
And the amount of overdose. And then we keep the receipts. And then we go fly in, pick up Logan and Lincoln. So they're there for a week. And he's dead.
How are they only there for a week if he doesn't die for 13 months?
Because we accelerate it by 12.9%.
So he dies in like 11 months.
My bad. 12.9 multiple. 12 times 12.9. So the dosage is actually going to only take 6 days. And as he's dying, we capture his last words. Listen to Young Pyramid. Because all Logan and Lincoln play is Young Pyramid music.
Yeah.
And by that time, I'm the biggest star in the world. Because I already blew up. Because
So
it's
then-
6 years from now.
So if that's the case, why even send them in if you're already rich?
Because we're getting rid of Coney. He's
Wait.
past his prime.
I was gonna say, is he even a thing anymore?
He's worth 5.7 mil. Or 17 billion shillings.
All that just to plug your music. Oh man.
If you're watching this right now, which I know you aren't, listen to my music. And we're back to you.
What did I do?
Oh, I thought you were going to break something.
Let's break my heart. Or we can make icebreakers. The break of ISIS. You know what I'm saying? ISIS breakers. Bro, why has they not started a military militia called the ISIS breakers? Where they just go kill ISIS members.
True.
Right there. It's easy pickings. And they just don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true. So, we're at 58 minutes. Might as well shout out the only sponsor of the podcast.
Potty poopers.
No, that's next week.
Oh.
This week is Dash Door.
Dash door.
Have you ever ordered a DoorDash and it got sent to the wrong place? Or you order DoorDash and then your family's like, oh, let's go eat. And you're like, oh, fuck, I just ordered DoorDash. Well, you could pay
Mm-hmm.
$7.50 one-time fee. And Dash Door will go and steal your DoorDash for you.
So not only did you pay for the food, but now you're paying someone to steal the food from your house.
Yeah. Because then you can tell DoorDash that someone stole your food.
Just
You get a refund.
So it's the $7.50 for like lifetime.
No, it's each time you do it.
Oh, you said one-time fee.
Yeah, like, you don't, like, pay after that. Like, that includes tip and everything. Like, you don't, all it says is, put in location, pay $7.50.
Does the Dash Doorer get to keep the food he steals?
Yes.
I take that job.
And, that's his payment. The rest of the
Oh, so
money
he
goes
doesn't
straight
even
to
get
Dash.
any. Go straight to our pockets.
No, they do get paid out for gas, and they get free food, so.
That's not worth it.
They get paid $7.50 an hour.
$7.50 an hour.
Or $7.50,
$7.50
Dash
an
Door.
hour, free food, and
No,
Dash
to be
Door.
honest, though, Dash Door. Hit us up. Link in bio. use code RFS to pay $9.50. And yeah, any last words before we call it a day?
Chicken liver.
All right, hit the theme music. All right, Bush did 9/11.